Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 17 here in the Tyrolean Alps. Night has fallen, our very first night here, it's 7 o'clock in the evening. The plough is still running, and yeah, we're going to be fast forwarding time in just a minute. You've got to wait, I think you still got to wait until 8 o'clock. Oh no, we can skip now. Okay, so we will skip until, I think, let's skip until dawn, shall we? Skip till dawn. I don't think, yeah, it does fast forward everything else. So, like, we have the rain, that's all come through. The ground is saying that it's wet and stuff like that. But the hired help, that stays where it is. That doesn't sort of change. We sold 5,700 euros worth of milk, which is really good. We will just slow time down. We'll wait until it gets to 8 o'clock, just so it brightens up a little bit. It's already quite a bit brighter now than it was on the first day of spring. It does make a significant difference as you start to get through, as time sort of starts to go on. There we go, so 8 o'clock, there. We'll keep it on this now. I was just sort of looking around. Now, we haven't seen the grown crops textures yet, but we've already seen that the manure texture on the ground is different, and the trees are different as well. They've got their own textures. The grass has now grown one stage, and it looks like the grass has got its own texture in this game as well. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out. But, yeah, we'll let that one can carry on now. So we want this one, and I got rid of the manual attaching mod, so we don't need to worry about that one anymore. That muck spreader is hopefully going to stay there and not cause us any problems. Now, I don't think that we're going to be able to successfully pull a front-mounted mower with this one and also pull the Euroboss behind it. I just don't think that this has got enough power to do the two together. So we're going to do just some standard mowing with that mower there. We've got to decide where we're going to go and mow, and I was thinking that we would just go and mow the meadow that is just above us up here. But we're going to actually need a front weight for this. So we'll get a front weight for this tractor. We should probably have bought one when we first bought the tractor. I'm going for, I suppose really, it is quite a small tractor, so we could go for a small front weight. I think that one will be all right. Colour there, we'll go for red to match the tractor. I think that's the right red. It's probably going to end up being the wrong red, isn't it? Back out from here. That is indeed the wrong red. I can tell you right now that I've put the wrong red on it. So we go back into the garage, we will sell that front weight, immediately sell it. Yes, we sell it straight back for the amount that we paid for it. And we'll go back in here, and we go to hue, and... Ooh, well, I don't think it's that red, it must be that one there then. I still think that's too bright. But I don't think it's the other one. Let's buy that one a minute, and then we will come out of there, and we will go like this, and then we can zoom into the shop up here. And we can get that front weight there and reset it back to the farm. I am so glad that the reset point on this map is here at the farm and not at the shop. Because having to go all the way to the shop every time would be a very tedious affair. I can tell you that for nothing. And I suspect that's why it was made like this. Now, is that the right shade of red? I think it is. Might not quite match, but I think that is the right shade of red. Okay. Next, we want to do some mowing. I don't know how much mowing we're going to do. Let's just take a look at our animals a minute and see what we've got where for the animals. So the 4 pigs, they've got everything they need. The sheep, they've got everything they need as well. The cows, they're starting to run low on power food. And hay and silage and also grass. So I can put grass in for them. But I don't think we've got any hay in storage anywhere. But we do have this. What is this? Is this actually a hay blower storage thing up here? We got this here. That's just a cow thing. That one there, it comes out of there. That's where hay comes out. So I think it goes into the top on that one. Where else does it go? We had another... There's... I love that. It's brilliant. I don't know how loud how far it goes. Ah, there it is. Is this one. Right, so we go to here, look, and open. Grass goes in, and then grass comes out. This is... So grass goes in there. Where does the grass come out again? Comes out this end over here, doesn't it? Or, no. Where does it come out? We've got steps here. We go up here, and we can have a look. So we've got... We got stuff up here. We've got the ladder over there. Scramble over onto the roof a minute. I think it actually just sort of goes through, and you take it both in and out here by the look of it. Doesn't look like it comes out anywhere else. At least I don't think it does. That's slurry in there. Slurry fill level 5000. Unless it's connected elsewhere on the farm, but I don't think it is. So we can make hay in those barns, but then we've got silage. In order to be able to get power food, we want silage as well. And we're not going to be able to get that. So we're going to probably end up losing our power food, at least for the moment. But no, the other thing that I wanted, of course, was the alpine cow and sheep. They also want mixed ration, but they want just plain grass. So we'll deal with the plain grass first. We're going to have to do... We have got quite a bit of work. We've got quite a bit of mowing that we're going to need to do in order to be able to make all of this work. I'm not sure just how much mowing we've got to do, actually. So we'll bring this one up, and we will fold it up over so it's up out of the way like that. And then this one can go through here. And we'll bring you up here. So this is quite steep land, but this is quite normal to work on quite steep land like this. It's just... Of course, the question is, where do I want to actually do a little bit of mowing? Do I want to mow here, or do I want to wait for this one to be done a little bit later in the year? I mean, it's close there for making hay, which is very convenient, but it's a little bit early in the season for making hay, I think. We do have a huge great big meadow up here as well, right? There is a massive great big meadow here that we can mow and we can use for grass for these animals up here. Got fences right over to the edge over here. So this here, we could do this. How far down does that going goes? That's a very steep mountain down there. Yeah. We don't want to be falling off down there. Right. That's why we've got a fence here to keep us in, nice and safe. If I can't get over the fence, I'm stuck. Okay. We're fine. It's all okay. Don't panic. Panic over. Now, let's have a look on here. So then our construction has started. Installation will be completed in 6 hours. Huh? I thought we'd already... Oh, have you got to go back and do that a couple times? Maybe you do. We can't fit in there. Let's not worry about that. We want to come round over to this side, and it's the alpine cows. Right, they're saying 2,000. I'm just going to buy them straight here. We've got a fee for delivery as well. So if let's have 30, shall we? 60,000. 30 cows. 30 cows is a fair bit. Or do we go up? Do we go big on these? Or not? I don't know whether we go all the way up to 50. 50 cows, 100,000. That's a lot of money. And a lot of cows. Okay, you've persuaded me. That is a little bit too many. I think it's a little bit ambitious. We go for 30. Confirm. 73,500 to have them delivered. There is our new alpine cows right there. So we don't yet have water for them because the water thing is not ready yet. Installation will be completed in 6 hours. Does that mean I got to do the same on all of these others? Let's go and visit this one. We're not going to buy any animals over on this one. Oh! Okay. They've delivered bits of plumbing to each of these, but they haven't actually gone and, like, fitted them together yet. So what we did was we ordered up the bits of plumbing there, and now we've got to wait another 6 hours for them to complete all of the work on it. Let's go. That's actually really good. I like that. That's good. We'll run over here and just speak to the one over here. There we go. Right, 6 hours. That's going to be 2:15. That's a long time for our cows to go without any water at all. They've got, at the moment, they've got no water. Our new cows that we've gone and bought up here, we got 30 of them right there. Cleanliness, yeah, that's fine. But they've got no water. I think they'll be all right so long as we have water in for them by the end of the day. I think. Don't quote me on this, though. They may not be. We're not going to get any mess from the animals. We don't have to worry about that regardless of what happens because I've got the animal table manners mod. So we're all good on that point. So what do we do with hay and grass? I think what we'll do, because you've got the sheep over the other side that we want to do as well, I want to be able to make some hay, which is going to be dragging back into here. I think we're going to leave this meadow here for a minute, and we're going to have a look and just see what it's like to go to the meadow up at the top, and we'll mow that one for some fresh grass. And we can always bring some fresh grass back down. Now, I was told that, yes, it's, you know, it can be quite slow travelling up these tracks with the dual wheels and small tractors and the machinery and that. But that's actually quite normal for mountain farming. You know, you're not going to have huge machines that go really, really fast bombing up and down. Just going and creeping up and down slowly is quite normal. It's quite acceptable. It may seem like it's underpowered, but it's not. It's still actually doing the job. It's just, obviously, it's going to struggle a little bit going up the hills, especially going up that hill. That hill there is particularly steep, so I'm not really sure what that's going to be like. Should be all right. Now, we've got hay that will be able to be made down the bottom, right? But you need hay and silage in order to be able to make power food. You can do it with just hay and silage. You don't have to have... Oh, I see. Right. The cows here, they don't just have, like, a pen there. The cows here, they go across all of it. Right? See, we got cows going everywhere here. And that tractor is going up a very steep hill right here. So... Okay. That cow just disappeared. That one's vanished. I'm going to bring this one up here, and I'm going to do a little bit of mowing here. We don't want to do too much mowing, I don't think. We want to just sort of mow a little patch that we can then take as fresh grass for the animals right here, and not really worry about any more of it. So I'm just going to do this here. Try to ignore the cows that are doing strange and magical things. And... then the field, yeah, the field down the bottom, we'll use that one for feeding the cows down there. We might... I don't think, really, you'd want to be taking the grass from up here and sort of taking it off to go elsewhere with it. There's more grass down by the sheep down the bottom, the alpine sheep, so we've got plenty for those. So I'm just going to do, like, a patch here, but I'm not going to do all of it. I'm going to do probably 5 or 6 rounds, and then we'll bring a... I don't even know if we will bring the rake up. We might just sort of do it like this and then pick it up on the mower lines, which is quite a normal way of doing it. I've done a lot of silage where you just go through with the mower like this and then pick it up on that and don't actually do any more. You don't go through with a rake and rake the lines in together or anything like that. You literally just go through this. Although that might take us a while. It doesn't... I mean, the lines aren't bad, but they're not all that clearly defined, so maybe we should bring the rake up, just to save us a bit of time. Not sure. I think we want a different rake, actually. Well, we'll have a look. We'll see when we've done our little bit of mowing. We'll see what we want to do with that. And I'm still torn as to what we should do about the hay. I think we will cut the field down the bottom. The one that we drove through, the first one that we drive through is just above the farm. We'll cut some of that field and we'll take a load or two in for hay, put that into the barn, so then we've got hay and we've got grass that we can put in for the cattle. And after that, I'm not really sure what we're going to use. I reckon that's probably enough mowing there, just for this bit up here, because we've only got to get enough for the cows here. So I reckon if we just sort of leave it at that, we'll then head on back down and we'll go and get the the forage wagon, and we'll pick up what we've done. So now we've got to get down here. Getting down is not really a problem. Yeah, we can do that without any issues at all. It's getting back up here with the forage wagon that I think we're really going to struggle with. I think that one's going to be more of a challenge than any other task. We're going to do a little bit more mowing down here so that we can get some grass for these cows down this side. But at the moment, I'm not really sure how much I want to do. I'm really torn on this one. And also, I'm wondering if maybe we should bring the Bureau up here and use that one instead. This tractor here is sort of widespread and low to the ground. It is absolutely perfect for this job. But I'm still a little bit undecided as to whether it's the right one for using the forage wagon. That's all. It's the forage wagon that I'm a little bit concerned about, is whether it can cope with it. Yeah, I don't know. Let's go and see how the Bureau is getting on a minute. Run down. Oh, well, actually, as chance would have it, the Bureau seems to be ready to come back up. So maybe we could use this one for doing the work up in the high meadow. And we could use... Let's not worry. There's a couple of little bit... I'm not going to worry too much about tidying them up. We'll get the cultivator on it. We could swap these vehicles over. We could put the... We'll put this Bureau on the forage wagon and take that up to the top meadow. And we'll put the Lindner on the cultivator and put that one down there cultivating that field down there. It might be the better approach to this. Might end up being better for it. I'm not really sure at the moment. We'll have a look. Driving this one up here, it gives us a bit of an indication. I mean, it's certainly going to cope with... See, at the same time, I also want to find out what the Lindner's going to be like getting that forage wagon up that hill. But I mean, we can test that just up the first bit of hill. So I don't think we need to worry about that too much. Let's bring this... We'll bring this one up here. And we'll just stop this one right here a minute. There. And then what we'll do is we'll get the Lindner here and we'll put this one back, hitch into that forage wagon, and we'll start driving up the hill just to see if it copes with it. If it gets up this first bit of hill without too much issue, it should be okay for the rest of it. Because, I mean, this isn't that heavy a forage wagon. It is a small forage wagon. So we won't bring this one up here. And that is a steep old hill, that is. He seems to do alright. You've got to remember, it is a 100 horsepower tractor, so it's not like a small tractor or anything, is it? Okay, I think that one's probably going to be alright there, so in which case we switch over to this one. We'll unhitch the plough off of this one, and we'll switch over onto that little cultivator that we've got there. We can head back down to that field and start cultivating. And yes, I know they don't have to do the cultivating after the ploughing. I do it. The game does allow you to plant directly behind the plough. However, for realism's sake, I like to do the cultivating after I've done the ploughing, because in real life you would either direct drill, or if you ploughed, you wouldn't, even if you've got a direct drill, if you've ploughed, you wouldn't normally then go along behind with a cultivate with a drill, unless it's got a built-in power harrow type situation, and most drills don't. Some of them do, but I don't think there's any drills in this game that have got a built-in power harrow. Certainly most of the ones that we use, not suitable for going directly behind a plough, because of the way that the ground is left after the plough has gone over. It's in big clumps. You need something to break that up. You can go into hard ground for direct drilling, but going into ploughed ground, it's not suitable, and you would end up affecting your crop. So in real life, that's why you would cultivate, and that's why I do it in here. I do get people saying this on a fairly regular basis who don't watch a lot of the episodes. So I am aware that, yes, we don't have to do this, but I'm choosing to do this anyway because it's a realism thing. Now, I've also got to be careful doing this coming round, because, again, where we've ploughed, it'll do it, but it'll also cultivate anywhere that we haven't ploughed that is part of the field, if we go too far on it. So we've got to be careful on our first round. that we don't, like, go out too far, like I've just done there. I've took it out a little bit too far right there. And I didn't go in far enough on one of those spots either. This bit right here, this is not actually field. And then we can come down here like this. Staying a little bit out from the fence is not going to hurt us in any way, shape or form, I don't think. It's going to be done fairly quickly, this job. So cultivating, I think I'd rather try and get a bit closer to the fence with the cultivator, but when we come back through again with the seed drill, stay in a little bit, because otherwise we're going to struggle with the combine. The combine's really going to struggle to get through there if we go too tight to it. Same up here as well. I don't mind sort of going out a bit, but then we'll keep the seed drill in from the edge, and hopefully it'll all work out quite well. Keep that down sort of like this somewhere, I think. There we go. That's better. Okay, that seems to be working all right. Seems to be doing what I want it to. There we go. And then we'll get up to this corner up here, and I'll lift that up. I know that we got like a little bit of the ploughed land there. That's fine. I can cope with that. Drop you down here. Right, now this bit here, I'm going to come in on the corner like that. And I'm actually going to go over this bit again right there. And just tidy that up a little bit. There we go. Right. That looks better. It looks like someone's taken a bit of pride in their work rather than just sort of schlomped right through and not really cared about it in the slightest. So I'm going to need to do probably, I think, 3 rounds, maybe 4 rounds on this before it's quite ready to go. And then we can start, we can leave the hired help going again, and they'll be able to just finish this job off quite nicely. And we can get then, after they finish, we'll be able to get the planting going on here. But while the hired help is doing this, we can take our Lindner and the forage wagon up onto the high meadow, gather up that grass and put that in for the cattle up the top. Probably not going to be enough up there. We're probably going to want to get a bit more up there, but we've also got, we can put grains in for them. And that's the other thing that intrigues me, is just how much we can put in as grains. Are we going to need to take power food up to them at all? Is that going to be something that we've got to do? Or is the grass and the hay going to be enough? Grass, hay, and the grains, is that going to be enough? I really hope that it is. Not having to put silage in for them, but being able to put grain and hay in, and just grain and hay. I think that's absolutely brilliant. It's a really nice touch, and it's, to me, it seems to be slightly more realistic. I don't know about the rest of you, but yeah, I really do want to be able to feed cattle in this game grain, because you feed cattle grain all the time in real life. Right then, let's see if this is suitable for hired help down through here. Have we got enough all the way down through here to be able to put the hired help going? See, getting the hired help to go to start with is fine. Did that turn the corner slightly? I don't think it did. No, didn't turn the corner slightly. Straightened. Yeah, that's the thing. If you've got the multi-angle terrain, can be a little bit tricky to try and get right. But looking at the ground, though, looking at the pattern on the ground, maybe it doesn't have multi-angle terrain. Maybe I was mistaken on that. Then I thought it did. When I sort of put it going further up, it looked like maybe it did have the multi-angle on it. I'm not quite sure, to be honest. I don't know. It might have, it might not have. We'll worry about that later. But anyway, it is working just fine on there. That's going absolutely swimmingly, and it's turning where it should, and turning how it should as well. So we'll leave that one there. We'll take this one here, and we'll start heading up into the high meadow. We've got to try and get all the way up the hill here, and this bit here is fine. It's going up into the next bit that we're going to struggle with, I think. Getting up through, we can go up through the trees here. There. And come up round here. And then it starts to get steeper. This is the bit that is really going to test this tractor and test everything this tractor can possibly do. There we go, look at that. And, oh, no. I thought I was going the wrong way then for a minute, but I'm not. I want to keep going this way, like this. There, we want to head up that way. Up into the high meadows. Okay, that is actually really cool. It's still going. It's going slow, but it's still going. With the double wheels and everything, that actually looks really impressive. I quite like that. I'm also curious. Oh, no, wrong button. There. What's this like when you're in cab and it's getting steep? Does it sort of give you the impression of being steep? Because that's the thing. When you work on steep ground in a tractor, it can be quite nerve-wracking. When you're getting onto really steep ground, it always makes me a little bit nervous. If you start to go on the really, you become much more. Have you ever heard of, like, have you ever sort of had that thing where you become almost like hyper aware? Everything suddenly seems louder, colors seem brighter, everything sort of seems to jump out at you. This is kind of that's, as far as I know, that's sort of known as being hyper aware, and I get that occasionally. If you know, you get it when you get like an adrenaline rush, and working a tractor on really steep ground almost always gets me going into sort of hyper awareness, where everything becomes brighter and clearer, and yeah, it's basically the adrenaline rushing. I mean, look at that. If that doesn't get adrenaline going if you were doing something like that in real life, that has got to get your adrenaline going. It doesn't matter how many times you do it, it's still going to cause your adrenaline to be running. There's no two ways about that. So let's just see what this one is like coming along without putting any without having a rake go along. It obviously is going to be a little bit slower going around, because we've got to go 5 times around like we did with the mower. But I mean, in theory, it should still be able to do it without too much trouble. What it means is that we've got one less trip up and down the mountain, and that's the thing I'm sort of thinking is a good thing, is that the fewer trips up the mountain. But on the other side of the coin, you've also got the fact that it takes longer while you're up here. So yeah, I'm not really sure about that. I'm just trying to. I know the cows are flying right next to me. I'm just generally trying to ignore that bit and not worry about it, because otherwise we've got some sort of demonically possessed cows, which I'm not sure is really a good thing, considering. Hang on, what day? Ooh. Okay, today's episode is actually Halloween, isn't it? This is actually Halloween today. You know what? We ought to really do something about that. If this is actually Halloween today, maybe we should do something about having... Have I got the decorations? I know there is a mod that allows you to put some Halloween decorations out, but I'm not sure if I've got the mod activated on the map at the moment. I'll have a look in a minute. Let me just finish gathering up this grass. This is something I've always found a little bit peculiar. Mowing grass in the field where the cows are, in order to put the grass that you've just cut for them out of the field that they're in into a trough for them. And it's something that I was hoping that they would address in FS17. And it wouldn't need like a huge change, but their field that they've got, like, you've got a certain amount of fresh grass in there. So if there's fresh grass growing in the field, it comes up on a meter, and they do actually eat the grass down. While they're in the field, they eat the grass. And so that's sort of taken into account, but one growth stage of grass would last like a certain amount of time before you get another growth stage of grass. I was just going back up around the top because I thought maybe there was another bit up there, but there wasn't any more grass up there. Just something like that, so you've got like an extra little mechanic with it, but I don't think that's something that would work all that well, to be honest. I'm not really sure. So I'll bring this over here. We've got... What's that in there? This here. What is this? Oh, no, I want to press F1. That's... I'm guessing that's hay. Do we store hay in here? Store grass in there? I can tip here, though. Right, so I can tip there. I got 8,000. How much can I put in there? Okay, I've got 1,200 litres left. So I put quite a bit in. There's grass there. There's 677. Health for the alpine cows is currently 80%. We've got to remember that that percentage doesn't, like, drop instantly anymore because of the whole the seasons thing. It changes the way the health bar works. Does it differently. So they started on 80%, and then the water, that's going to drop their health down. If their health goes all the way down, that's not a good thing. So we've put that in now. I'm going to take this 1,200 litres here, and I'm going to back it into that bit, because I'm curious what this is in here. What is this? Is this a... Right, well, it's not letting me tip in there. Saying about tipping, but it's not actually letting me physically tip it out. So I'm thinking that we just stick with this one over here. That puts it into the feed trough there. So we've got 8,000 litres of grass, and we can actually go 16,000 litres of grass in there. But it says here 50% grass, whereas 20% is on the normal cows. So we can go with a lot more fresh grass. Which means we'd probably want to be cutting it up here as well, wouldn't we? If we come down off the high meadow, filling this one here completely up with grass, that's going to be quite a tricky task. Well, actually, no. Filling it up with grass is not going to be the tricky bit. The tricky bit is going to be carrying the grass all the way up here. Now, can I drive from here over to the next one this direction, or do I need to go around the other way? We've got a track here. And this track, I think there's a gap in the fence up there that we can get through. We're just going to have a look. We're going to see if we can get through there. But what I also want to do, a minute, just before I do that, is I want to go to placeables. Do I have the Halloween pumpkins here? I know I've got it. There we go. Ha ha ha. Okay, we got Halloween pumpkins. If we've got Halloween pumpkins... I can't put them on the roof of the shed. What? Okay, that's not right. Oh, I see. Right, that's got to be a mesh for the cows. Oh. Okay, they don't lock in place. They Oh, that's brilliant. They don't lock in place. So I'm actually bowling pumpkins down. Look at it go. Oh, that's fantastic. That is brilliant. There he goes, down through the trees. Has he come to a halt, or is he going to come out the bottom? I think he's come to a halt. We're going to have to put our Halloween pumpkins down here, down at the farm. I can't put one up there. I can put a Halloween pumpkin down there. We can come down here. Let's right, well, I can't put them around the yard. Ah, there we go. I can put one here. There. Let's come in a little bit. I want to rotate it round so that it's facing the right way. There we go. Right, we got a couple of these, and they just kind of sit. Okay, I love the way that they're actually sat there, and they're kind of moving around a little bit. That's actually quite cool. Let's go and get the next one. Oh, I'm all the way back up the top now. We'll run back down to the farm. We'll put our Halloween pumpkins down here. Can we? I can't put any in the house. I was going to put one on the table, but it won't let me. So we'll have to place them over here. And if I swivel round a bit like this, there, and then swivel this back round like that. There we go. I can put one there. And then I want to bring him over that way a little bit there. So we've got like a little meeting of pumpkin heads. There's our Halloween. I think that looks pretty good. I like this. I actually think that does look pretty good right there. This, I can't zoom in anymore. All right, we've done our Halloween decorations, including the one that we put that rolled all the way down the valley. I really didn't expect it to do that. can I get through that bit there, or do I need to go all the other... Because the other way round, I can't... There is, like, another route that we can take, but it's a very, very long way. I can fit through here. Right? And, yes, it's got collision on the fence, on the gate. But I can fit through here. We come right through there. And we can head on down this way. So we can, like, gather up some machinery... And then we can run alongside the lake, and we can head over there towards where the sheep will be. They're not ready yet, though. We still need the water, but at least we know that we can get through there. And also, we can get to grass over there as well. And there's quite a lot of grass that we'll be able to reach all the way up through that valley. And then we can bring some of it back this way. We can load up a load of grass. We can bring it up through here. Squeeze in through there, and we'll be able to take it over to our mountain cows over this side. That's really good to know. Now we want to take this one back down the bottom, because we got some food up here for these. We're not going to get any more from up here at the moment, because this is the grass that they're eating. What we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of mowing in the field behind the house, behind the farm. Except that's actually something that we're going to end up needing to do in our next episode. We've kind of run out of time for today's episode. We've done what I wanted to do. We've managed to come up through, and we've managed to do a little bit of mowing. We've put some food in for the cow. We've got grass in for them to start off with. We can get more here. Because we got such a big meadow over here, we're going to be all right with this, I think. There's a little bird there coming in through. I'd like to... I want to get some cut here, but I don't want to get loads done just yet, because I don't want to sort of use it all up. I want to save some of it until we've allowed it to grow a bit longer. I think that's going to end up being better for us. Do I want to drop this one in here or not? Well, we may as well drop this one in here for a minute, because we need to go and get the bureau. So we'll just put that one in there, and we'll stop it a sec. Let's go down to you first, and we'll take a look at our pumpkins. There is Halloween, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Halloween all laid out on the ground. That's it. That is my nod towards Halloween. That's about it for a Halloween special. I'm afraid if you wanted too much more than that, I'm afraid I'm going to have to apologise, because we're not having any too much more than that. But let me grab this one a minute. Right, so these are placeable. Oh, there he goes. He's gone all the way over there. Come here. Come here. Let's have you. Bring you over this way. Let's see what happens if we put him down here. There. Just like that. He's going to start bouncing his way down there. And he's going to run alongside the fence. Down here. How far is he going to keep going? There he goes. He's going to go over onto that bit, and then down into the next bit. All the way down. Whoosh. And he's actually going to stop right down in here. Just... Okay, that's brilliant. Spinning around like crazy in there. Let's chuck him down here so that he carries on again. That one's not completely finished in there. He's got some more work to do. Our mad pumpkin, that's just going to come down to the bottom of the field here, and then probably going to stop. I don't think it's going to bounce. No, it's not. It's not going to bounce over. We'll grab this one. Drop it over there. See, he's going to stop there. But I'm going to bring it over this way, and I'm going to let it go again. I'm not going to bother chasing it now. There he goes. I'm not going to be able to catch up with it, even if I did want to. Where's he going? Oh, he's gone inside the fence and then all the way round. Okay, so we'll probably find that one later in the series and be wondering how on earth that got there, and then remember that, oh yeah, we messed around with pumpkins, didn't we? So let's have a look. Do we have, like, the full multi-angle terrain on here? If I put it just like that, is it going to straighten out? It is multi-angle terrain. They've got the proper multi-angle terrain on here. Even though, because it's not showing on the pattern on the ground, I'm guessing that's to try and keep the frame rates down. But they've actually got the multi-angle itself built into the game. That's actually quite cool that they've managed to do it like that. I didn't realise that it was like two separate things. I thought you kind of joined the two together. Why did you come down? I wanted you to do the top bit, not this bit down here. Well, we'll let it do that bit. And so we just got a little bit down here to tidy up, and then this is done. And then our next task in this field is to get the seed drill and start doing the planting. Now, I don't know if we've got any seed up at the farm, so we're going to have to find out if we've got seed, and then we'll be able to, once we've done that, so that one's going to have finished for a minute. We might be able to plant this field in one go. We may have to get an extra lot of seed for it and sort of bring that down and do a little bit more. Either or is not really going to matter. I think it'll be just, it's going to be fine whatever we have to do. It's not like we've got a long way that we have to carry it or anything like that, so I don't think it's going to sort of slow us down very much. Lift that one out there. Bring it on round. So the mowing of the field up there. Do I want a bigger mower? That's the next thing, is whether I stick with the small mower that I've got, or if we go for something a little bit bigger. The only problem with sticking with the small mower is it does take quite a long time, and I'm aware that that could be rather dull for sort of watching. It's going to take us quite a while to do very much mowing. You've seen how long it took just to mow a forage wagon full of grass, and I cut half of that out. So I'm seriously tempted to get just a slight up. Yeah, I know I shouldn't be turning with this one in the ground. I'm tempted to get a slight upgrade on the mower and go for the trailed one. You know, that disc bind thing. The old New Holland disc bind mower. That might actually be alright. I think that would fit the map. It's definitely bigger than the one that we've got, and I think the Lindner would be able to cope with it. I mean, even if the Lindner couldn't cope with it, we've got the small mower for using up in the high meadows, and then we've got this bureau that would be just fine for using the disc bind in the lower fields, because we've still got the we've got the dual wheels on this one, so it'd be absolutely fine with that, and that would sort of be in keeping with everything. I think we'll have a look. We'll decide. I got between now and next week to sort of think about that, so I'd like to hear your comments and views on that. Whether you think we should stick with the mower that we've got, whether that's the one you think would be right for this map, or if we should upgrade a bit and get the disc bind running instead of the mower that we've got, and we sort of have two separate ones. One for the high meadows and a different one for the lower fields. Anyway, we'll worry about that then. So if you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.